This show is brought to you by
Overall Renovations.
They've got you covered. Welcome to Manistee News. I'm Zach.
I'm James.
How's it going?
I'd say we got a few things to talk about today. We'll start off with sports like we normally do. We'll talk about the Saints. There is a bike race going on this weekend in Manistee County. That'll segue nicely into some of the outdoor recreational sports that we wanted to talk about. And then we'll finish it up with a conversation about recycling in Manistee.
Recycling.
Take it away, brother.
Well, June 26th, the Saints are playing the Midland Coyotes. Doubleheader at 1 p.m. Home game.
I think I'm going to go to that. I'm going to try to go to that. I've been talking to a lot of people lately, and it's like, man, why don't we go to these games? They're free.
They are free.
They're great for the family, so I think I'm going to try to go. We should try to get together on that.
Yeah.
And go. It'll be fun. But, hey.
In other sports news.
Let's talk about that mountain bike race. What's that about?
So there's a mountain bike race called the Lumberjack 100. It's a 100-mile bike race at the Big M.
That's fresh.
It's hard. I don't know about fresh. So that's going on Saturday.
Yeah. And that's a pretty big race.
That's a big race. It's a very big race, and I think that kind of segues into some of our talking about the different recreation sports that we have around Manistee County.
Yeah, and there's a ton of places to have these recreational sports here in the county. You know, like the non-motorized bike trail off of, what is that, 55?
Yep, off of 55.
And then there's a bike group that meets there on Mondays at 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
All levels can join, so that's something to check out. That trail is actually really cool, and I just found out about that trail because of you and Dylan. Shout out to Dylan Walker. Last year when we rode it a couple of times.
Yeah, and we also do, they have cross-country skiing out there in the winter too, so kind of that all-season situation.
Nice little multi-sport area out there for that, for sure.
You run out at Orchard Beach State Park.
I do.
Out on the trails.
And that's a nice little mile loop if you do the whole thing, and then if you kind of incorporate some of the inner trails, you can get up to 4 miles on that, so that's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Can't ride your bikes out there. They keep that just for hiking, walking, and running. But
great place to do that, though.
A solid place to do that. Also, we have just beautiful land all around us to bike and hike and to run. We have a run club in Manistee that it takes on a lot of these areas. They run more predominantly in the streets, but they do hit the trails on occasion. So,
and they meet every Wednesday regularly.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. They have a Facebook page for that. There's a Facebook page for the non-motorized trail rides.
Manistee Gravel
Manistee Gravel.
Yep.
Clearly, we're in the sport. We have a 5K coming up in August. We're both in a run club. We're in the gravel club. I haven't gone on any of the rides yet because I'm too busy on Mondays.
I do.
Zach goes all the time. He's a captain for that. Yeah, and of course we've got our 100-mile gravel grinder, the Rusty Fish. That's coming up in October.
Yep.
I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Well, I guess we have disc golf.
And disc golf
too. Yeah, I like disc golf.
I've never played disc golf.
It's been a few years actually, but I think
huge in the craft beer community.
It is. It's very big in the craft beer community.
So I probably should try it. But
it's a very enjoyable time, just wandering around. Usually it's like in the woods too. Most of the time it's in the woods or near the water.
Yeah.
Get to hang out. So I think we'll definitely touch on some of this stuff more in detail as we move along though.
Yeah, and I would say if you're familiar with any trails that we haven't talked about, any places to ride your gravel bike, ride your mountain bike, go hiking, go running, go fishing, go kayaking, go canoeing, drop all that stuff in the comments. And let's have a conversation there about it. Yeah. Anything to uplift all the cool things to do outside Manistee County, for sure.
There's a lot of really awesome fun stuff.
Yeah. And if you like playing outside, enjoying nature, enjoying this beautiful planet that we live on, maybe we should talk about recycling for a second.
We need to keep things clean, don't we?
We need to keep things clean. There seems to be a little bit of an issue with recycling in the city of Manistee, in particular with cardboard refuge, and and how that's handled.
I do think we are on the struggle bus right now.
We are definitely on the struggle bus. I took my cardboard back today, and in fact, while I was there, I shot a little video. I'm sure we can get that pieced in at some point here for how that went, but it was interesting to say the least.
I think a lot of people are roughly on the same page as to, like, yes, we have a problem. It's just we need to figure out how to go about fixing it.
How do we go? I don't know how we go about fixing it. I really don't. I mean, I think
it's tricky.
It's tricky.
It's a tricky situation.
In particular, the cardboard, because I think cardboard. I don't know. I'm kind of a caveman, but is it the easiest? Paper and cardboard, is it the easiest thing to recycle? Is that why there's like an abundance of it compared to all the other recyclable items when we go to the recycling facility?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I do think our main problem though would be to have a accessible place for people to get it in the bin at. I think that's our problem, really.
Yeah. So the recycling right now it's currently behind the Manistee Catholic school.
But it's in the trailer though.
So that's the cardboard, and that seems to be the issue. The plastics and all the other stuff. It looks like,
seems to be okay.
The community finds a way to get it in the bins, and it's not a problem. But the trailer, which is a semi-trailer, continually seems to be full, and then once it's full, the cardboard
kind of goes everywhere. Which maybe we should cut to our video.
Let's do that right now.
Hey Zach, I'm currently inside the cardboard recycling trailer, which is behind Manistee Catholic Central, and as you can see, it's about a quarter of the way full. So a little birdie called me today and said, hey, trailer's open, get your cardboard down there, because I've been saving it, because every time I seem to want to come and do it, it's full. The problem that we're seeing here is when it is full and locked, is that a lot of people just like to leave it outside. And that's an issue. This isn't a garbage dump. This is where we recycle. So hopefully we can come together as a community and find a way to solve this recycling problem here. And I know it's been an issue in the past and it continues to be that way, but I think together we can do it. How do we do that? I don't know. But if we get the right people in the room, maybe we can figure it out. Back to you, bud.
Now you see the problem?
Yeah. How do we fix that issue? First of all, I would say if it's locked, it's closed, don't leave your cardboard out there. When I was there today, Zach, there was a couple that pulled up, and it seemed like it was their first time there. I was in the trailer putting my cardboard in the back, and a gentleman was standing with a couple of bags, and he said, are we supposed to just leave it out here? Mm-hmm. Because the pile was so massive. So I could see where it could be confusing.
Right.
It's that pack mentality. Once you see a bunch, maybe people just assume that's where you put it.
Well, I think the assumption too there is like, oh, the trailer's full, it'll get taken care of.
Right. Which I don't think is fair.
No, it's not. It's not fair. But anyways, we need ideas.
Put them in the comments. Play nice in the comments, please.
Let's try to figure it out.
Yeah. Let's try to figure it out together.
Together, yep.
And then next week, hopefully we can talk about maybe some solutions that were brought up.
That'd be good, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can cover that next week. And what about recycling downtown too? Like, how does that work?
Well, like, you mean for like the refuge that I have?
Yeah, like cardboard downtown.
Okay, I have to take it to the same place that every other tax-paying city resident.
Okay.
We have to go to MCC. So, like, for example, today, the only reason why I knew I could do it is because I got a phone call that said, hey, the trailer's open. So I took it there. I try to drive past it once a day to see if it's open. If it's not open, I don't take it there. And I think that's kind of the lane we all need to stay in. But hopefully we can figure out a way here. And then we can, like I said, we can talk about these solutions next week. Would be awesome.
Okay.
And we can take them to the city council.
Yeah.
And see if it works.
See if it works.
Right? Until next week.
So. See you next week.